What are you saying, people? It's myself, Moro, and welcome to another episode on my channel. I haven't really thought of a name for this series or for this episode, but when I do find a name, I'll update you. You know how it is, you know how it goes. One thing that I wanted to clarify is that at the beginning of the last video, I said that I wanted this channel to be dedicated to me building a trainer or a sneaker collection like the one I have behind me. However, after thinking about it, I just think that this channel can be so much more. Really and truly, when you're buying trainers and sneakers, buying clothes to go with those trainers and sneakers goes hand in hand. I do enjoy taking fit pics, and so if you do enjoy fit pics, check out my Instagram page at 91moro. I will also be posting when I'm going to be updating new content to the channel. So basically, I'm going to be buying things from many different platforms. I'm going to be buying things from resellers, from Vestia Collective, from eBay, Depop, trying out TK Maxx, just basically trying out different areas to find the best deals on different pieces of clothing. That being said, let's get into the video. So, the trainers that I'm going to be covering today are these. The Nike Air Force One in the experimental cell colorway. So when I was trying to buy these trainers, I wasn't actually able to get them on release day because they sold out so fast, and I didn't win them in any of the raffles, and so I had to buy them on the restock. In between that time, I was looking at other people that had managed to secure the cop, and I was looking at some of the other videos of people reviewing these trainers, and the general consensus was that this is just a very interesting shoe. So I was looking at it kind of wearily. I was initially trying to go for the pink racer colorway, however after reflecting on it and looking at some of the photos, came to the conclusion that I would only be buying it for the shock factor, and I haven't really got the space or the desire at the moment to be getting shoes that I'm not going to be wearing regularly, and I can't say that I will have a lot of things that would go with the pink racer, so I left those. I was also looking at the black, the triple black I believe it's called. However, the shoe just didn't look interesting enough for me to warrant a review or to warrant the cop, and so I decided to go for the experimental sale because I thought initially that I could make it work. I was able to pick up the shoe in the end from Offspring. I was notified via the sneakers app of the restock, and I managed to pick up the shoes for £105. That being said, let's get into the review. Despite the creativity of the shoe, there is nothing experimental about the box. It comes in your standard light grey Nike Air Force One box with the white Nike Air on the top and the appropriate size labeling on the side. Moving into the shoe, we also have the standard Nike Air Force One sole. The outsole, however, does seem to be semi-translucent, giving it an almost off or baby blue colour, and we also have the traditional white Air Force midsole with air embossed on the side. Now, this is where things actually start to get very interesting. Moving into the upper, we have this material that reminds me of a foam or sponge-like material that covers the entire upper. Some parts of this upper are exaggerated or embossed to give the Air Force its original structure. We also have this to mark out the toe box area, and there are perforations in the foam. The entire upper is covered by this see-through plastic material that is somewhat reminiscent of greaseproof paper or baking paper, and this covers the upper and in my opinion could be done to ensure that the upper is at least water resistant, as I can imagine if water was to get into the foam material and it did not dry properly, it may cause molding and at least cause the shoe to have quite a bad odor. Moving up, we have a dual lacing system. We have the traditional laces that you'll find on all of the other Air Force models, and we also have this pull tag that can be used instead to tighten the shoe. This pull tag has orange accents. These accents continue to the back where we have an orange pull tab and we have an orange Nike Air embroidered into the back. Below this we have a sticker with N354 which reads, "This label is your guarantee of quality. Nike Air Force 1 Experimental, and it has a serial number there as well. Moving to the inside of the shoe, the insole reads, "The Air Force 1 Experimental type design is based on an oxygen mask used in the Nike Sports Research Lab. The tongue itself has exposed foam and Nike Air embroidered off-center." The inside seems to have received a bit more extra padding than the usual Air Force 1, at least from memory, and the tongue is also quite soft. Aside from that, there is also an N354 that is printed on the embossed swoosh. So that's everything with the outside of the shoe. Let's move into the on-foot. As the shoe does feature your traditional Air Force 1 sole, not much can be mentioned about the sizing. It just runs to your normal Air Force 1 size. Also, although there is a little bit more padding around certain areas on the inside of the shoe, it does just feel as comfortable as your normal traditional Air Force 1 low. That being said, I won't be doing the on-foot outside as I don't want to mess up the sole of the shoe, because I will be returning the shoe as unfortunately it's just not for me. When I was going through some of the reviews and I was seeing some of the other YouTubers that bought the shoe, one of the things that was my gripe was some of the creases that you see in this plastic material that covers the upper. I do feel like if this was more evenly spread over the upper of the shoe, would give the shoe a more well polished finish. Fortunately, some of the creases that I saw on the pair that I received give the shoe more of an accidental feel as opposed to an experimental feel. My second gripe with the shoe is this plastic and foam material that the upper is composed of. With my familiarity with canvas, Flyknit and other types of leather on shoes, I understand how those shoes will wear after time. I understand which shoes will give you more flexibility when you're wearing them, which have more give, and so on and so forth. However, as I've never really used a shoe or seen a shoe that has a foam upper and has a plastic material that covers it, I'm not too sure how forgiving the material is. I'm not too sure how the material will flex as you're bending and wearing the shoe. I understand that this plastic material is needed to keep the shoe water resistant to protect the foam, but if that material does rip after time, it may cause problems for the shoe. Also, although I haven't used my pair, I can already see in certain areas where this plastic material has separated from the foam and it's starting to bubble up, and I'm not entirely sure that if with more wear this will spread to other parts of the shoe as well. My last thing is there is a sticker on the back of the shoe, the N354 sticker, that I do feel gives it a very experimental look. I would have preferred, however, if this stick was underneath the plastic material to protect it more. As you know, the weather that we get in the UK, I can just imagine that with a bit of rain or if some water got into it, it may cause the sticker to peel in some areas and may make the shoe look very weird in the future. Let me know which colorway you were able to secure. Did you go for the pink racer, the experimental cell like myself, or did you go for the black color? If you found this video helpful, please remember to like, share and subscribe. It's myself, Moro. There'll be many more videos coming soon. Peace.